Hey everybody, for the past 7 years, you've probably seen me on social media posting all kinds of renovation tips and tricks. But we've got some major changes that are going to be happening with the company, and I'm going to explain them throughout this video. So, this past season has been absolutely crazy for the company. We've been working almost 6 to 7 days a week. We've just finally started to get some cold weather here, and the majority of my work, as you can see, decks, fences, outdoor work. So I'm going to give you an update for those of you that care to see it. So to start, the company is going to be selling some things. I need to work on productivity. So currently I have this Ford Ranger, which is too small of a vehicle for me. So my first big purchase is I'm looking to upgrade to a bigger truck. My second problem is functionality. As you can see, this is an absolute mess. So I do such a wide variety of work that it's hard to set the truck up for one specific type of work. I'll show you guys later what I'm doing to improve my functionality, but that is also on the goal. I'm not sure if I want to upgrade to just a bigger truck with maybe an enclosed trailer, or if I want to get a van. I'd love to hear some feedback in the comments about what you guys think works the best for trade work. Now, in terms of the business, I'm just finishing up this last job, which is going to take me into the winter season. This is probably one of the bigger jobs I did all year. So as you can see, we've got a great big deck here, 2 tiers. We've got the lower upper deck, this custom structure. I'll walk you guys through and show you kind of what I did here. So as you can see, we've got a big ground level deck here. This is about 360 square feet of deck. One of the main things I've been doing this season has been a lot of decks and fences. So we've also got this upper deck here. That's a great sitting area. It allows the homeowner to get right into the main floor of their house. Now, I've also been able to do some really cool collaborations throughout this past year. I've had companies that have wanted to work with me. One of them was Peak. So they supplied all of the railing for this job. I did the installation. They had a professional videographer come out and film it. So that's really cool. You'll be able to find that on the Peak YouTube channel. But if you're interested in learning how to install these railings, I also have videos on that. Now, I built this structure down here. This is just simply a roofed area to cover the downstairs staircase. So I did all the aluminum work on it, fascia, soffit. I put the standing seam metal roof on. It's a really nice cover up. It blends in awesome with the rest of this deck, and it looks really nice. I mentioned that it was a super busy year for me. I didn't have time to post a lot of the different projects I finished, the jobs I was working on. So I'm gonna post some photos here of different jobs that I did throughout the season, just so that you guys can see them. If I have time, I'm gonna try and put content up from those jobs, but it's just a matter of having time. Here's some photos of some of the awesome jobs and projects that I got to work on throughout this past year. Like I said, I was just so busy that I didn't have time to keep up with my social media. Editing the content takes a long time. People don't understand how time consuming that is. So unfortunately, a lot of this stuff I never got to post. Hopefully I'll have some time, but I learned a lot throughout this last year. I worked on a whole bunch of different projects, developed a bunch of new skills, and I also got to collaborate and work with some awesome companies. So stay tuned, as I'm hopefully going to be able to post some of this stuff. So one of the things I've been doing to try and improve my storage and functionality is I've switched over to basically the entire pack out system. So as you can see, depending on what job I'm doing, I can just come into my shop, grab the exact tote. So this one's for plumbing. It's got all my plumbing tools and hardware in, and I have it separated by trade. So I've got electrical, everything I need for small electrical jobs, and so on. I have paint, drywall, masonry, decking. Another thing that's really helped my functionality and storage again is these totes. So as you can see, I've made different storage racks, and I have everything labeled for what's in it. These are really handy. I've even incorporated them here into a work desk. I've got the totes that can slide out, and I have this work desk on wheels. So you may have seen these videos on social media as well. They're actually really fun for me to make. I enjoy building these, and if you're ever interested in having any built, let me know. I also have plans for each of these builds. Some of you may know, but about a year and a half ago, I switched and started as a full-time firefighter. So before I was a firefighter, I worked as a paramedic for about 8 years. So everything you guys see me doing, I am doing on the side. I have a full-time job, and then I do renovations and things on the side. So I'm extremely busy, and that's where change needs to happen. So I showed you guys these different storage racks. Stuff like this is gonna be what I'm gonna primarily focus on in the future. When it comes to posting on social media, the videos that do the best are the videos that are projects that people can build. So I'm sure you've seen, I've got these wooden chairs that I've done tutorials on. I've got these other projects behind me as well. These Christmas trees. This is the stuff that does the best on my social media. And since I'm so busy, it's hard for me to put as much time and effort into social media. So the content I'm gonna really focus on is stuff that does the best, and I'm gonna try and do a better job of filming it. So I'm gonna be putting more videos up on my YouTube, and I'm probably gonna focus less on Instagram and the short form stuff. I've got all kinds of fun content lined up that I'm gonna do over the winter while I have some free time. One of the videos you're gonna see me doing is I'm gonna compare different storage systems from different companies. So as you can see, I've got Milwaukee Ryobi Rigid. I'm looking to get a DeWalt one to add that in. I'm also gonna do some comparisons between different brands for tools, seeing which tools are better for the price point. As you can see, I've got an ice rink back here. I just built this, and the water is currently freezing. It's just thick enough that you can skate on, but there's still a lot of water underneath the ice. So I'm gonna post a tutorial on how you can build one of these yourselves. And this is great because I mentioned I have a 2-year-old now, and this is a fun little thing that the two of us can do. So I'm looking at really doing more projects that I can incorporate things for her. Now, another thing I really need to change and improve for the business is maintenance. So I've always done my own maintenance for tools, for vehicles, repairs, everything I've done by myself, and it's very time consuming. So as you can see, anything that has a gas engine requires maintenance, so all my saws. I also this year got into more landscape work. So I purchased an aerator. I've been doing a lot of aeration, so that's another machine to maintain. And then my vehicles. It's a lot of extra work that I have to do on the side on top of everything else. So I'm looking to improve this and maybe find somebody to fix up my things for me as they need repairs and preventative maintenance. Another thing that I recently got into is doing more aluminum work. So this year I had a lot of people wanting me to do siding, soffit, fascia. So I just recently purchased this aluminum brake from Innova. So this is another really cool collaboration that you guys are gonna see shortly on my channels. But this has been a big upgrade for me because now I'm able to bend custom aluminum for any job. So I'll show you guys quickly how this works. I've got a scrap piece of aluminum siding here. I'm just going to quickly cut down to size so I can make something with it. This brake is from Innova. They're a Canadian company, and I do think they make some of the best brakes on the market for the price. They have all kinds of awesome accessories that make things easier, like this cutting tool you see, and I love supporting local, so definitely check them out. So I've got a piece of metal here, and let's say I want to do something like J-channel. Now, instead of me having to buy pre-made pieces of aluminum, now I can just make it all on my own. which saves a lot of money. This is something I'm learning as I'm going, but as you can see, I've got a simple piece of J channel here. So this allows me to get into a lot of custom work, which you guys are going to see more of throughout my future content. I just wanted to say thank you guys all for supporting me, watching my content, engaging with it. Stay tuned as there's going to be a ton more to come, and stay tuned for some of these big changes.